Alright, now let's look at another application of vectors. I call it application of vectors 3. Now this is a question. You have 3 Newton here, you have 4 Newton here, you have 10 Newton here. We are told to find the resultant force. What are we going to do? Now for the 3 Newton and the 4 Newton force, you have 3 Newton, you have 4 Newton. Let's find the resultant for this. This will be 4 minus 3, and that's 1 Newton. In what direction? In the direction of the 4 Newton force. Why? Because the 4 Newton force is greater than the 3 Newton force. And what direction is that? This is plus y minus x plus x. So that is in the direction of the negative y-axis. But that's not where we are going. And so we have the 10 Newton force. So we can draw a triangle for this. Now, if 1 Newton force that we got, so the arrow will point downward. This is 1 Newton, and the other one is 10 Newton in this direction. This is 10 Newton. So we can find the resultant using Pythagoras theorem. Pythagoras theorem, which is hypotenuse square, which is r square, equals to opposite square. Our opposite square now is 1 square plus adjacent square, which is 10 square. So that r square is 1 plus 100, and r square is 101, and r will be square root of 101 Newton. So that's how we are going to do number 1. And now let's move to number 2. How are we going to do number 2? Now, this is the question for number 2. 25 Newton is pointing downward. 50 Newton is pointing upward. 50 Newton is greater than 25 Newton. We find the resultant here. So that is 50 minus 25 Newton, which is 25 Newton. In what direction? In the direction of the 50 Newton force. And the other one is 40 Newton and 20 Newton. So 40 minus 20, 40 minus 20, which is also 20 Newton. In what direction for this one? In the direction of the 40 Newton force. So we can draw a triangle for this. 25 Newton is in the direction of the 50 Newton force. So it means our 25 will be here, 25 Newton. And the 20 Newton is in the direction of the 40 Newton force. So in this direction, 40 Newton. So we can actually bring this one here, so that we can find the resultant also here using Pythagoras and r square, opposite square equals to, hypotenuse square equals to 25 square, opposite square plus adjacent square, 40 square. R square is what? 25 times 25, 225, plus 40 square. 40 square, that is 1,600. 1,600. So r square is 225 plus 1,600. 225 plus 1,600. That is 1,825, 1,285. So that r now is square root of 1,825, rather. And what's the square root of 1,825? That is 42.7 Newton. So that is how we are going to do the question 2. Now let's talk about question 3. This question 3, find the resultant. How do we find the resultant? For question 3, we have done 1 or 2 questions on question like question 3. Now we are going to resolve this question 3 into vertical and horizontal components. Let's call the horizontal vertical component of resultant, let's call it r sub v. This is vertical component of resultant. Vertical components of resultants, and r sub h as horizontal components of resultants. Components of resultants. Now, let's find the vertical component of resultants. When we say vertical, like this, or like this in this direction. Now, if this is plus y, this is minus y, this is minus x, this is plus x. If we start with 3, 3 is on the vertical, so we pick 3. So that is 3 plus, we'll be moving in the y-axis. We are still in the positive y-axis. This, from here to here, is the positive y-axis. So now, the next is 4. Our angle is inclined to the 30 degrees to the horizontal. So the vertical component of resultant will be sine theta. If the angle is inclined to be vertical, the vertical component of resultant will be cos theta. So this will be 4 sine 30 plus 4 sine 30 degree. Now followed by 5. 5 is placed on the resultant, so the vertical component of resultant for this 5 will be 0. So that will be plus 0. Now we are moved from there to 6. But 6, now we are on the negative y-axis. So and the 6 is standing alone and is also placed on the vertical. So it will be minus 6. Minus means the negative y-axis, minus 6. Now followed by, let's say this is 3 Newton again. Followed by 3 Newton. So now the angle is placed on the vertical. So how do we find the vertical component of the resultant? When the angle is placed on the vertical, that will be cos. So now this will be 3 cos 40. So that's minus 3 cos 40 since 3 cos 40 degrees, since we are now in the negative y-axis. Followed by 7. 7 is placed on the horizontal. So it will be picked as 0 for vertical component of resultant. So minus 0. So that this becomes 3 plus 4 sine 30, 4 sine 30. We have 2, 3 plus 2 plus 0 minus 6 minus 3 cos 40, 3 cos 40, which is 2.298, 2.298, then minus 0. So we have 3 plus 2 plus 0 minus 6 minus 2.298 minus 0. So that is minus 3.298 Newton for the vertical component of resultant. Now let's look for the horizontal component of resultant, that is along the x-axis. If we start with 3 again, 3 is placed on the vertical component. Is placed on the vertical component. So the horizontal component of resultant for 3 will be 0. So this will be 0. Mind you, we are also in the positive x-axis. So horizontal means along the x-axis. Now the next is 4. The angle is inclined to the horizontal. So when the angle is inclined to the horizontal and you are looking for the horizontal component of horizontal, that will be cos. But if it is inclined to the vertical and you are looking for horizontal component of horizontal, it will be sine. So this will be 4 cos 30. So that's plus 4 cos 30 since it is on the positive x-axis, 30 degree. After that we have 5. 5 is placed on the horizontal component and we are looking for horizontal component of horizontal. So that will be plus 5. So that is plus 5. Then after that we have 6 placed on the vertical. We are looking for horizontal component of horizontal. It will be 0. So that is plus 0. Then after that we have 3. But our angle is placed on the vertical now, and we are looking for horizontal component of horizontal. That will be sine. But if our angle is placed on horizontal, we are looking for horizontal component of horizontal. It will be cos. So this will be 3 sine 40. So now also we are on the negative x-axis now. So it will be minus 3 sine 40 minus 3 sine 40 degree. Then followed by 7 that is standing alone on the horizontal. So that will be minus 7. Minus 7. So this will be 0 plus 4 cos 30, 4 cos 30, which is 3.464 plus 5 plus 0 minus 3 sine 40, 3 sine 40, which is 1.928, 1.928 minus 7. So this will be 3.464 plus 5 minus 1.928, 1.928 minus 7, which is minus 0.464. So now what do we have? We have minus 0.424. So we draw a triangle. Now how do we draw the triangle for this? For the vertical component of resultant, so we have minus. It means it will be moving to the negative y-axis. So you have this as your RV, and that is 3.298. You don't need to put the negative there. And this one, negative x-axis for the horizontal component of resultant. Since you have minus, this will, so it will point in this direction, and that's 0.464. So that R now will be R square equals to opposite square, which is 3.298 square plus 0.464 square. So r square now will be 3.298 square, which is 10.877 plus 0.464 square, which is 0.215. So r square will be plus 10.877. This will be 11.092. So that r will be square root of 11.092, which is 3.3 Newton. So that the resultant is 3.3 Newton. Thank you, and make sure to subscribe.